Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law. You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Whitney James is suing Eleanor Nelson in the amount of $1,900. Ms. James claims Ms. Nelson evicted her without notice because she lost weight and says the defendant was just jealous. Ms. Nelson claims Ms. James became a completely different person after she lost weight, and her actions violated their roommate agreement.
In the matter of Whitney James versus Eleanor Nelson, Ms. James is asking for $1,900 from Ms. Nelson because you got evicted on 48 hours notice. So you want your deposit back plus moving fees. Why did you get evicted?
I've lived with Eleanor for a year and a half, and we've always been really good friends. We would like watch movies together, make cookies, and we've always been on the heavier side. And it wasn't until I started running that I started to lose weight. I dropped 4 dress sizes, and I was feeling really good about myself, really confident. And I noticed...
Congratulations.
Thank you. I worked really hard, and I noticed that as soon as I lost the weight, Eleanor started treating me different. She started leaving kind of snarky comments saying like, oh, you look like a bobblehead today, and things that are just like really hurtful and uncalled for. And one day I walked past her in the kitchen, and we had a small talk after I had gone out and went dancing the night before. And she was like, oh, it must be nice getting all this attention now, which it just made me think that she's jealous. So one day after my run, I came home, and she was sitting at the table, and she said, you have to be out in 48 hours, and you're no longer welcome in my house. I honestly was shocked. I thought she was joking, but I complied. I got all my stuff out. I had to hire movers, and that cost money. 48 hours is not a lot of time, and I asked her why. She said I had too many random guys over, which, I mean, Your Honor, I'll admit, like, since I've lost the weight, I've been having a good time.
So you started to change too, just like she said.
Yeah, I mean, people notice me more. I feel good. I feel confident, and yeah.
So you're picking up now, and you're bringing them home.
Yeah, I mean, and I try to keep it.
Did you forget you had a roommate?
I mean, we have our own separate rooms.
You know, they got to come through the front door.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but she has a boyfriend who sleeps over all the time, so I didn't think it would be a problem.
Is she having issues with you losing weight, or is she having issues with the fact that now that you've lost weight, you're totally disrespecting the rules of the house and the way you all do things in this house?
Your Honor, we have broken so many of the rules together, and all of a sudden it's an issue, so...
You think he's jealous?
She's being a little hypocritical. I mean, half the stuff that we have a contract that we signed, and half of it we've broken together. Like, we have fun. We used to be friends. We used to party together all the time. Like, I've seen her drunk. I've helped her when she throws up. You know, it's not, that's what friends do. Like, we're there for each other.
All right, let me hear from her then, see what her version of this is, with your little jealous self.
Your Honor, I'm not jealous. Whitney and I have been friends. And in the beginning, when Whitney and I were trying to lose weight together...
I guess you own the house, right?
Yes, I've owned the house. I've had it for 4 years now. And Whitney moved in about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And so it was fine in the beginning. Like Whitney said, we would, have our wine nights. We'd cook together. We'd even, get each other right on the right track with fitness and all that. But she became a little bit more involved with it, which is fine. Fine and dandy. She got more involved. She got...
More disciplined, probably.
Right. More disciplined. I mean, I'm in a relationship. I'm just going to settle. I'm fine. I like my body. I love my body. she was going to running classes, she got a new running friend, and she got introduced to this whole lifestyle, which I'm not objective to. What I was objective to was the heavy partying that she was doing. And yes, it says so in this contract that we both agreed to sit down and do together, because at the time Whitney was still in school and was still studying. We made sure that we would comply on both ends, that we would respect the house, the living quarters, everything. However, I noticed that once Whitney started getting more out there than she used to, because
Got
before,
more attention, meeting
getting
more
more
men.
attention, but in the beginning, she wasn't getting a lot of attention, and she would always come home crying about it. She would come crying to my boyfriend and I had enough. And especially after this one night.
Had enough of what?
I had enough of this girl coming in drunk at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. There was one time she puked in the front doorway and refused to clean it up because she said, I don't remember throwing up. So one night, I hear her come home with some random guy, and I'm hearing a bit of a disturbance, but I don't pay any attention because it's normal. Whitney has brought over 7 guys before, and I don't know what she does with them.
7 at one time?
Yes.
Yeah. They were not all guys. I had friends over. We had gone out. We were dancing.
So anyways, Your Honor, to go on with this partying.
So you wait a minute, but you'll bring out somewhere and bring a party of people home, and she's at home, probably asleep, and you all continue to party at your house.
It was more of like a winding down from the party.
Okay. Okay, that's it. You answered the question. Go on.
So one morning, the morning that she goes out and runs prior to the eviction, I wake up getting ready for my normal routine of going to work, getting everything situated for work.
But this is the night she came home with the random guy.
Yes.
The last time
the
before
last
the eviction.
time. So this was where I had the last straw. I go into the living room, and the first thing I see is my living room looked like it was ransacked. There's stains. The place was a mess. Then I go to the living room table, and I see a substance, a white substance.
A white powdery substance.
White powdery substance. It's cocaine.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
This woman is a party animal.
Your
Okay,
Honor.
and this woman is a judge.
And later,
I can't find him anywhere. So I'm walking through the lot, and I notice I can't find my Jetta. It's not there.
Justice with Judge Mablean. If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Whitney James, who is suing Eleanor Nelson for wrongful eviction.
So you told her she had to be out in 48 hours?
I said she needs to leave because in the contract that I will be happy to present to you, in the contract it does say that hard substances is a no tolerance
Your Honor.
policy.
Roommates shall not commit any crime on the premises that either interferes with the rights of another roommate, including but not limited to larceny, etc., involves inherently dangerous activities, violent acts, or weapons, or jeopardizes the rights of the roommate to occupy premises. Well, that's not drugs.
Your Honor.
It's a dangerous situation, man.
Yeah.
We-
I
It's
guess it would fall under inherently dangerous activities or jeopardizing the continued right of the other roommates to occupy the premises.
And Whitney knows this
Your
because in
Honor.
the past, before she even moved
She
in with me,
is-
I've
Stop.
had people rob me.
Any roommate convicted of the crime shall immediately vacate the premises, regardless of the status of any appeal, and remain responsible for his portion of the rent. Wow. Did you sign this?
Yes, she did.
Your Honor, I just want to say that there are many times in which we have both broken this, sometimes even together.
Okay,
I
so
mean-
so the issue today is not the fact that you did it, because you're not arguing with me leaving, are you?
No, it's fine. I mean,
So you're okay with the immediate eviction?
No, I mean, I wish I would have had more notice. I want
You
to
But your
broke the
complaint,
rules.
stop. Your complaint before me today is not her failure to give you notice. Your complaint says, I
She-
want my security deposit back,
She
and I
owes-
want $800 for moving.
Yes, I had to pay $800 to hire movers. I had all my stuff there. I'd been living there for a year.
I got that. And
and
you
my
want your security deposit
Yeah,
back.
$1,100.
So why did she get her security deposit back?
Because she broke the rules.
But Your Honor, we had
Can't do that.
She damaged the property.
You know, where's the damage?
Your Honor, unfortunately, I do not have pictures of the evidence because I did clean it
pictures.
up. I can't have narcotics lying around in
You
my
can't
house.
walk into court and tell me you kicked someone out and said move immediately because the property was damaged.
This woman is a party animal.
Your
Okay,
Honor.
and this woman is a judge. Where is the proof?
I do not have it.
Right, my point exactly. So give her back the $1,100. And now her moving expenses. I'm not going to do that because your agreement says that you will move out immediately. And you signed that. The plaintiff is ordered to receive $1,100 payable by the defendant as in for a refund of her security deposit.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,100.
I can't believe I have to still pay you $1,100, but at least my space is safe.
At the end of the day, you had no right to kick me out on such short notice, but at least I have my security deposit back.
Coming up,
I can't find him anywhere. So I'm walking through the lot and I notice I can't find my Jetta. It's not there.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Denise Greer is suing Amesh Asada in the amount of $800. Ms. Greer claims Mr. Asada sold a car that she paid a down payment for. Mr. Asada claims he gave the plaintiff enough time to purchase the car, but she took too long. He also claims he tried to work out a deal with Ms. Greer, but she refused.
Denise Greer versus Amesh Asada, suing him for $800 for a car you bought at an auction. And when you went back to get it, it wasn't there, I'm told.
That's true.
So tell me about it.
So this was about 8 months ago at this point. I had known of Mr. Asada's dealership. I knew that he was doing auctions on Saturdays and Thursdays. And my car was getting older. It was giving me a lot of issues. So I had taken out money that week to go in on Saturday with my ex-boyfriend at the time. He was going to drive me there. I was hoping to get something off the lot that day. So we're there, and we start bidding. And he knew what I wanted, just a little sedan, something cheap. My maximum price range was going to be $1,300. And he starts bidding wildly on this sports car, this crazy thing that I didn't know. So he ends up winning it and saying that I had bid on it. He gave Mr. Asada my number. I went up to Mr. Asada and said, "Sir, this is not the car I want. He was bidding for me, but this is not what I want." So Mr. Asada and I worked something out. I'm still there, but he has to kick out my ex at the time. He was making a scene. We got in a fight. And so he got thrown out. Mr. Asada came up to me later. I was still at the auction, still looking, and he said that I could still participate in the auction if I gave him $400 as a deposit on whatever I bid on. So I'm there. I need a car. My car is on its last legs. So I find something I like. It's a 2004 Jetta. I'm really excited. So I bid on it. I win. The final bid is $800. That's before license and fees. I figured it was still going to be in my price unit. So I went to talk to him. I said, "Hey, I need to get out $400 more from the ATM. I have this much cash on me." Well, he already took my $400. So I go to get $400 more. And I can't take any more money out. I had reached my daily limit. I had taken money out earlier that morning. And that was a maximum of $400 that I could take out. So my credit union, I called them, we talked about it. They were going to be closed the next day. It was like 2 or 3 hours to drive up north to find my credit union and go into the branch. And so we go and talk, and he says, "Okay, I'll give you 2 days to come with the cash." So he gives me 2 days. I come back the next day. I had taken out $400. I give him the remaining $400. I have receipts for both days. This is Saturday the auction took place. Sunday I give him $400 more. And then I go back on Monday and he's not there. I try to pay the remaining balance. He's not there.
Wait a minute. Saturday the auction took place.
Right.
You gave him $400.
As a deposit for my
Sunday
Jetta.
you were supposed to bring him the other $400.
I brought him $400.
But you said Monday I went back.
I went back on Monday to pay the taxes and fees. So he still had
okay.
the car. So the
right.
total was $1,200. So he already has $800 of my money. My car is still dying. I can't find him, so I talked to the workers, and they can't find him. This is Monday still. I have the remaining balance. He's not coming to take my money. I can't find him anywhere. So I'm walking through the lot, and I notice I can't find my Jetta. It's not there. He had sold it out from under me.
Coming up,
She never shows up, she never contacts
So what did you do
us.
with the car?
I sold my car.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Denise Greer, who is suing Amesh Asada for breach of contract.
Mr. Asada, let me hear your side.
So I have been doing this business for over 5 years now. And I'm a car business. I don't like wasting my time. When we do auctions, I do auctions on Thursday and Saturday only. So they both comes in. Her and her boyfriend comes in on a Saturday. Her boyfriend falsely bid on cars she didn't like. And when you come to auction, you gotta bring cash with you, because if you bring cash with you, you pay right away and you just drive away the same day. You just don't keep coming the next day and the next day and next day. That's what she did. So they comes in, they ended up winning a bid. She didn't want the car. I wanted to help her as much as I can, because, okay, so I let her choose different car. She lands her eye on a different car. Okay, so we agreed upon that. Okay, so you gotta pay me all money. That was before taxes and all, it was $800. She only pays me $400 because that's the all money she had. Said, okay, go back to your ATM and bring more money. She comes back after a few hours and tells me that she couldn't take out more money because she reached her ATM limit. So I just okay, so come back next day, bring all the money, which was going to be Sunday, and I'm supposed to be closed. I let her bring her own money, and she shows up actually. She shows up with another $400. That's not the full money, that's just before taxes.
Did you take that $400?
I take her $400. Okay. I take the $400.
So now you got $800.
I got $800, exactly. But I wanted more because the car worth $1,200.
Got you.
Right. And that's just wasting another day.
So when she come back Monday, what you do?
She never shows up.
Oh, she never came back?
She never came back on Monday. We try to reach her out. My workers try to reach her out. She never shows up. She never contacts us.
So what did you do with the car?
I sold my car.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
So now give her back her $800.
I can't give her because she shows up days, really
no, you haven't
a lot
lost,
of days.
No.
She wasted a lot of days after that.
No, you haven't lost a thing.
Because I lost my money on that previous car.
No, you did not lose your money because you sold the car to someone else. You did not lose your money.
I lost the car on the first. I lost the money on my first car.
You didn't lose your money and you didn't lose the car. You got the $800 out of her for the Jetta. Then you sold it to somebody else for $1,200, and if you keep her $800, you would have sold it for $2,000 as opposed to $1,200. You can't play that game, Mr. Asada.
What about the car I lost? The first car. That's just sitting in my.
That's you. You agreed. You agreed. Judgment for the plaintiff. You pay the woman $800.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $800.
I try to help you out. You took an advantage of my kindness. Once I pay your money, I never want to see you again.
If you cared about being kind, I would have a Jetta and you wouldn't have sold it to someone else.
This has been a production of Entertainment